Good day, sir. I am James Carl Balatero from BCMT2 Betelgeuse. I'm here to explain my answer on CO2 assessment on Sim 4 lab. So, first, first task is to first task is to name the cargo tanks used in loading and discharging lo- in loading AMCO or AMCO and discharging ALCO or ALCO. So, and also naming the line group number. So, in cargo tank number for ALCO is the 2C, 5C, 1 1PS or the one port side and starboard side. Then the 4PS or the 4PS port side and starboard side, and the slab P on the port side. So for 2C is number 2 group, 5C is number 2 group, 1PS is number 2 group, 4PS is number 2 group, and slab P is number 1 group. Next is the cargo tank number for AMCO is 1C, 3C, 4C, 2PS, 3PS, 5PS, and slab S. So slab starboard side. Then the line group number is number 1 for 1C, number 3 for 3C, number 1 for 4C, number 3 for 2PS, number 1 for 3PS, number 3 for 5PS, and number 1 for slab S or slab starboard side. Then task number 2 is to name the lines used for the loading and discharging. So in discharging ALCO, manifold number 1 and 2 is used, or number 1 group 1 and 2, and in AMCO is manifold 1 and 3. So first task is to create a pipeline plan on loading the AMCO. So this is the AMCO loading plan. So in this I use the two manifold lines and manifold only. So I use the 3 and 1, which is used to line that are used in loading the AMCO cargo. So first is we start at the manifold because we are loading, so we start at the manifold. So here is the manifold bulb, manifold line, the deck lines, then going to the drop lines and the drop bulbs, drop lines and drop bulbs, then going to the bottom lines, then to the branch lines, then after the branch lines go to the tank bulb, then the tank bulb, after the tank bulb is going to the bell mouth, then the bell mouth, after the bell mouth is to the tank. So that is the process of on loading. So I used the this 1 and 3 group line number group because they are the suitable group line in loading the AMCO to their required tanks or given tanks on the cargo. So that is all in loading the AMCO. So I use two manifold lines with are the group 1 and group 3. Then next is the task number 4. The task number 4 is pipeline plan for discharging ALCO. Pipeline plan for discharging ALCO. So on discharging, we are going to start at the tanks. So first is the tanks. So here, so we're going to use the 1P line as the guide explanation. So tank, first is tank, then through bell mouth. Next, after the bell mouth is the tank valve, then going to the branch lines, then the bottom lines until to the bulkhead. Next of the bulkhead, once it's passed to the bulkhead valve, going to the suction pipe lines, then going to the suction valves. Then next is the strainer, then the COP or cargo oil pump. So this is the cargo oil pump number 2, 1, and 3. Then this is next. Once you go to the delivery line, non-return valve. Here is the non-return valve. Then going to the delivery valve. Then delivery lines, going to the riser lines, then to the deck lines, then to the master deck valve or deck master valve, then deck lines again, going to the manifold lines and the manifold valves. So that is the discharging of ALCO. So task number 5 is naming the lines and valves used in loading AMCO. So the lines and valves used is the manifold lines valves, deck lines, drop lines and valves, bottom lines, branch lines, tank valve, then bell mouth pipe that going to the tank. So in task number 6 is the discharging. So first is the tank, then bell mouth, then the tank valve, branch pipe lines, then bottom pipe lines, then bulkhead valves, suction lines or suction pipe lines, then going to the suction valves, strainer, then COP 1, 2, and 3. Then non-return valves, delivery lines, delivery valves, riser lines, deck lines, master deck valves, crossover lines valves, and manifold line valves. So that is on the discharging of ALCO. So that is all, sir. Thank you so much. I am James Carl Balatero from BSMT2 Bitilgis, explaining my answer on CO2 assessment in Sim 4 lab. Thank you, sir.